Karen demands black man's ID, didn't realize he's her boss's boss. Sir, I need to see some ID. The words sliced through the quiet like a blade, sharp, cold, unnecessary. He was next in line to board, holding a first-class ticket and a valid passport, yet the gate agent's eyes narrowed with suspicion. People watched, whispered, filmed. But she had no idea who he truly was, or that this confrontation was the least dangerous thing about that flight, because within minutes, a trained assassin's plan would be exposed. And the man she tried to humiliate, he wasn't just another passenger. He was the target. Welcome, story lovers. From where are you watching? Drop your city name in the comments so we can see how far our story travels. Julius Grant wasn't flashy. Despite being a billionaire tech mogul with contracts spanning 3 continents, he preferred to keep his personal life private. He wore plain suits, drove himself to the airport, and didn't travel with security unless necessary. That morning, he was boarding a commercial flight to D.C. No private jet, no entourage, just a man on a mission to meet Senate leaders about an education bill he was funding. He moved through security like any other passenger, a book in one hand, a boarding pass in the other. No one noticed him, except Karen, mid-40s, senior gate agent, with a tendency to assume authority where none was needed. Something about Julius didn't sit right with her. She couldn't say why. Maybe it was the hoodie under his coat, or perhaps it was just his skin. What Julius didn't know, what no one knew, was that his flight wasn't supposed to land at all. As passengers began boarding, Karen stepped forward and blocked Julius. "Sir, I need to see some ID," she said sharply. He calmly handed over his passport, which was often used as a means of microaggressions. She examined it with suspicion, then scanned it twice. "Wait here," she ordered, walking off without explanation. Whispers began. Eyes turned. A few even pulled out their phones. Julius stood silent. His name wasn't widely known. He preferred it that way, but his face had been on Forbes just 2 months ago. At that moment, Olivia, a flight attendant, sharp-eyed, ex-intelligence, walked past. She spotted the tension. Julius gave her a polite nod. Something in his face looked familiar. She couldn't place it until she glanced at the manifest. Julius Grant. Her instincts flared. Back in the galley, she rechecked the flight crew list. One name didn't belong. A last-minute substitution. And then, something worse. The catering delivery had bypassed security checks. No sweep, no dogs. Her gut screamed. She'd seen this setup before. A mechanical failure over a large body of water. Clean, deniable, devastating. Outside, Karen returned, confused but trying to save face. "You're cleared. You may board." Julius nodded and walked on, saying nothing. But Olivia moved fast. She entered the cockpit and whispered in the captain's ear. "Emergency protocol. Shut it down. Quietly." The door sealed. Engines wind down. The captain's voice came on. "Due to a mechanical issue, this flight has been delayed." Inside, chaos brewed. Outside, assassins realized. Someone had caught on. An unmarked SUV screeched away from the tarmac. Airport police scrambled, late but not useless. Julius sat calmly in the terminal, Olivia beside him, watching the world try to catch up. She'd just saved his life. He turned to her, finally breaking his silence. "You saw it before it happened." She nodded. "I've seen this play before, just never on U.S. soil." Later, a sweep confirmed it. An explosive device had been hidden beneath the catering cart, meant to trigger mid-air. A quiet funeral, not a scandal. What Karen never realized, what made her so painfully small, was that the man she'd tried to humiliate was her boss's boss's boss. But Julius wasn't angry. He was calculating, because now he knew who was coming for him, and he was going to meet them head-on. Dear audience, if you're enjoying the story, don't forget to give it a like. It helps. The flight never took off, but the truth soared. Julius quietly launched an internal investigation, one that would expose corruption tied to his failed campaign donations, and a network of insiders plotting far more than his death. Karen? She was reassigned. No apology, no lesson learned, just a quiet exit. Olivia, on the other hand, was personally hired by Julius, the head of security, and more than that, a trusted shield in a world full of shadows. This wasn't just about race or power or politics. It was about how easily perception can close our eyes to the truth, and how dangerous that blindness can be when it sits at the gate. Julius didn't stop flying, but he never flew unnoticed again, because sometimes the most powerful man in the room is the one they least expect. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel for more powerful stories and new videos. Take care.